All right. So we are back, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience in waiting. We had to restart the lobby due to a glitch, but we are back and we are racing once again in Portimao. So there's going to be two streams, one for the qualifying and sprint qualifying, and one for the 50% race. So it's as simple as that. Just two streams. Just due to a glitch. It's all good now. So in the commentary booth, once again, it's myself, Former Jonah, and joining me in the commentary booth is Isaac. Welcome back, my friend. I know we had a brilliant commentary session in the past race, but now we head into the 50% race, 15 seconds to go. And what are you expecting from this upcoming Grand Prix?
Yeah, as I said last time, I think there's some back drivers going to be fighting through. I said Lewis last time. We're starting quite highly, and I also forgot to mention that Lucas A. Germany, with his pace, is also starting really high because of his DNF in the sprint as well. So that's some fast drivers up at the front.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, Lucas A. Germany in P2, looking really strong as he's going to be starting in second position for today's Grand Prix. I'm going to quickly do the rundown of the grid so everyone knows who's starting where. Gennady is in the Porsche, starting P1 with Lucas A. Germany in P2, as we have been mentioning. Shug's Life is in P3, 4-4 with Lewis in P4, Liam in P5, Taylor P6, Flea in P7, Keensum P8, Anthony P9, and HBO's Worth in P10, completing the top 10. Flea and Keensum on the hards and mediums, respectively. Flea on the hards, Keensum on the mediums. I'm curious to see what they're going to be doing. And yeah, now here's the rest of the field. We got Azure F Wings in the Monster Energy starting P11, Blades P12, James P13 on the mediums, Court P14, Waitsy on the mediums as well starting P15, Brad P16, Cass P17, and Crossfire rounding off the 18 drivers for this upcoming Portuguese Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. 18 drivers. Varying strategies. I'm loving Flea on the hards. That's a really bold strategy call to be starting on the hards.
Definitely.
And then obviously there's Kingzone, James, and Waitsy on the mediums. They're going to mix it up, but most people seem to have gone for the softs. And the predicted strategy is saying soft hard or medium hard are the two best strategies around here. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Strategy is key for around here. We always like to see the strategy. It is always incredible to see what these drivers can do. We'll find out what happens. But yeah, definitely have to agree with you. Flea going bold on the hard compound tires. Let's see what he can do.
For sure. He's going to be hoping. I think that there's an early safety car, perfect for the soft runners. That completely ruins his strategy, obviously, because he wouldn't be able to pit. So I think he's hoping there's no safety cars and he can hold it out until he has the safety car, until he can get pit stuff onto the softs and charge them.
Yeah, we'll find out. This is going to get interesting. We'll find out what happens. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting for strategy in terms of what Flea's doing, Keensome, James and Waitsy, and all the rest of the soft compound runners as well. So, 33 laps await us for this Portuguese Grand Prix. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 lights, and 5 lights. Away we go for racing here in Portimao. And it's lights out for the racing. It's a great start for Lucas A. Germany. He's going to try and get ahead of Gennady, and he does get ahead of Gennady. Now we got Lewis trying to challenge the Porsche driver. Here comes Shug's Life as well. Lewis trying to go side by side with the Porsche. Down to turn 3 we go. Lewis side by side, and it looks like we have a Toyota trying to make a move as well on a Porsche towards the back of the field. I think that's Brad and Flea down to P18. Something happened to him. He's already down to P18, but a great start for everyone. We have the Ford of Kingsome down the inside on Taylor. A little bit of contact, I do believe, because I think there's a Porsche going into the back there, maybe misjudging the braking point there, but very interesting to see, and a great start for everyone as Lucas A. Germany leads us away.
Yeah, it was a hectic start. Fairly clean. I think there was a little bit of contact at the back on at the first corner, and a bit of a few cars rear-ending each other at different points on the first few corners, but everyone seems to have got away without any massive damage. They're all sticking quite close together, so it looks all good. Oh, and Crossfire's out!
Oh, Crossfire out of the race! Yeah, you're right, full virtual safety car has been called out on track. The driver that won the sprint race is out of the race already. Wow, that's a shock.
It was on the downhill. It was on, I think it's the downhill section before we talked about an overtaking zone near the end of the lap in sector 3. It was on the downhill bit into that. I think he just completely spun off to the right, but I'm not quite sure if he made contact with anyone or not. I wasn't able to see.
Yeah, me either. I think he, I don't know if he made contact or spun. I have to agree. I guess we didn't really see it. It's okay, though. It's not okay for Crossfire, though, actually. As he's going to be out of the race, and unfortunately, he's going to be down in P18. Won't be scoring any points into this particular race. He scored the win last time out in the sprint race, but yeah, it didn't quite go well for him. So the VSC is over. Lap 2 begins, and Lucas A. Germany leads away by 2.1 seconds to Lewis in the Bentley. We're going to get a new winner here in Portugal because Crossfire is out of the race. Kingsholm into P5. Oh, we have Blades spinning around at turn 8. Blades around that corner, proving to be very difficult, and Blades is off the track and down to P14.
Yeah, he should be able to rejoin pretty safely. There's not anyone really that close behind. He should be good to get back on. But yeah, wait, see it. 9 positions he's off already.
Yeah, he is. I mean, that's a really good start for him in the Monster Energy car. Great to see that. He had a great start to start off everything.
And yeah, BKS off 8 as well. Really impressive start from those two.
Yeah, incredibly impressive stuff from those two there. Great to see them coming through the field as we have Liam. Oh, Ginaldi, yep. What happened there?
I think he just lost it on turn 1 by the looks of it. I'm not sure he was close to anyone. He just spun off to the inside. If you touch the inside curve there, it can be quite lethal, a bit like turn 8. Lethal later on in the lap, and I think he just lost it to the inside. He seems to be going okay without any damage, so hopefully he can carry on.
Yeah, it seems that that's a spin, and unfortunately that's going to move him down to P12 after starting on pole position for this official 50% race. Ginaldi's down to P12. Unfortunate to see that, of course. Porsche in a not so great position right now, but Cass is trying to make his way through the field, but he's actually battling away with James, who's just moved up to P8. James is making his way through the field as well, and the championship leader can win today's race. Can win the championship. He also has a chance of winning today's race as well, but I think he's got a huge chance of winning the championship today. He could win the championship today, viewers.
Yeah, he's got a really good shot to take, especially having 2 rounds left is there for this season. I think it's a 12-round season. He's going to be, he's going with quite a good shot. He's got a fairly sizable gap, so a good point score to do it. And they're going to turn 1 in front for 5th, and Waits, he's just behind King's There was a tiny bit of contact, I think.
Yeah, it seems like that was the case. It's unfortunate to see that, but that's the way it goes, you know. As we have, I think, James trying to go for the move on Azur. He's going to try and send it down the inside. No, he does not. He backs off. He cannot make the move on Azur quite yet. Azur will keep ahead of James for now. Meanwhile, Waitsy and Keensum continue their battle as the Ford is trying to hold off the Monster Energy car that's charging through the field right now. Both are on medium compound tires, so they should be on similar pace. And HBO Sworth on soft, and he's starting to catch up to these guys as well, and he could be making a move on these two drivers very soon. As we have a Porsche off the track. Who is that? Is that Anthony?
It's I think it's Filet that's around.
Oh, Kingsham's out!
Oh dear, that's not a good place to be crashing. Down the hill again, like Crossfire on the first lap. I'd have to presume, having not seen it, because I was watching the Porsche had spun, that it was with Waits and the safety car. Wow.
Whoa. That's mixed up everything now.
And what happens? Liam comes in. He's pitting.
He is. And it looks like HBO Sworth also coming into the pit lane, but those are the only 2 drivers so far that are pitting.
Oh, they've made a brilliant call. The leaders have caught the safety car already because of the exact moment when it happened. The safety car came out just in time to catch the leaders, but they did well to dive into the pits so quickly. They're going to get a free stop here because they're going to catch the back, and anyone else who pits will be out behind them.
Oh, this is absolutely amazing. Liam and HBO Sworth might have just done the winning strategy here today. Flea also coming into the pit lane to put onto a new set of tires. It is still very early on, but like you did mention, because the safety car has stayed out, or because the safety car is out so early, and the drivers catching up so fast. Liam and who was the other driver? HBS Worth. Yeah, they're gonna join that pack and gonna be on faster compound tires than anyone else on the grid.
So it was a really good call by them to come in. I saw Liam come in and I was like, I better check the front, because often if it's just down the back straight, the safety car can come out just in time to catch the leaders before they do a whole other lap, and that's exactly what happened. They just caught it with a couple of seconds before the safety car, before they would have passed it, and before as it came out of the pits. And that could be critical in deciding where those two finish, certainly.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's gonna be incredibly interesting to see what happens here and where they're going to finish.
Them in packs. So if anyone who pits now ought to try and already get their stop out of the way, I'll be behind them because they've already caught the main pack.
They have, you're right. This is interesting. This is going to get...
It's a brilliant call, I have to say.
Oh, definitely.
It only happens every couple of races if you can get that thing, but if you're in the perfect position, like Liam was, he was the first one to do it. It was a brilliant strategy call to decide to come in. Very impressive.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think this is going to get interesting.
Ginaudi goes in the pits. He's obviously going to get behind, but he's gambling on it. I think it's possibly a good call. Depends what he goes on to. I did notice that H. Bosworth and Liam have actually gone on to mediums. Now, I don't know what they started. I'm not have to check that. I don't think they'd make it to the end from here, so they will be doing another stop, but the critical thing is they've now got themselves fresh tyres, I think. I don't think the hards would have made it. So I think by doing that, they've put themselves on a 2-stop, but they've given themselves fresher tyres and not lost too much track position by doing it.
No, they have not. Yeah, this is gonna get very interesting to see how, we gotta see what the tire life is gonna be at the end of the race, and also if I'm just so curious to see where they're going to finish in this race, because who knows where they can finish with the pace they got right now.
I know, exactly, because all these soft runners who've done 5 laps, by lap 10 they'll definitely, I'd expect them to be in the safety car, maybe a little bit longer if they really want to stretch it, but they'd be pushing it, wouldn't they, to go much further on that. And they're going to be in, giving H. Bosworth and Liam the lead for maybe 10 laps, and then they're going to be able to maybe pit onto, maybe in the set of mediums if they can hold it for longer, a set of softs and charge the field at the end. If there's a safety car, they could be right on the money.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, this is going to get really, really interesting. I cannot wait. But it looks like Liam is starting to drop a little bit back off of Brad. No, he's catched back up. Okay, it's all good there. But
yeah, safety car in.
That's late.
Yeah, it is late, and Lucas will be hoping he doesn't do what he did in the sprint race. He can't be affording to do that here from the lead of the race on lap 6 again.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna get very interesting because he's got Lewis right behind him. Lewis is Lucas gets a great start off of Lewis. That was absolutely amazing. But Lewis has got the slipstream from the back of the Toyota. He's gonna try and make that move.
Oh, and Liam's crashed. He's crashed off the left-hand side at the last corner, and that is bad. That's not what he was looking for on them fresh tyres.
Oh, and here goes Lewis down the inside on Lucas.
Side by side.
Yep. Let's see if this works out.
He's going to try and out-drag him while he move across. And he's got it.
Good move from Lewis.
It was a good move from Lewis. He has got that penalty, but he can still pull the gap with so many laps, so much of the race still left.
Yeah, I mean, that was critical for him to get past. He needed to get past there to be in contention for the race victory here. And now he can start pushing a little bit more, and then also start conserving those tires, like we have been mentioning. But yeah, super sorry to see Liam out of really the contention for the race victory. I mean, anything can happen. He can rejoin the pack very soon if safety car comes out, but that has really hurt his chances of getting even a podium here today, as he's going to be down P16.
Yeah, I think it's wet to me. He maybe even tried to come into the pits, I think, after his crash, if he hit the wall, because he's now on the softs, which I think means he pitted, because he was on the mediums. He went off on the gravel on the outside of the last corner. I'm not sure what happened. There may have been contact, but I doubt it, because they probably would have done a penalty for contact on the safety car if that was the case. So I'm not quite sure what happened to him. maybe cold tires. He just lost it.
Yeah, it seems like that was the case, unfortunately. It's all good, though. He'll continue on, and hopefully we'll be able to still be in this race towards the end of it. We'll find out. But Lucas has lost a little bit of time to Lewis, and now he's starting to worry, I think, about Waitsy, who is starting to gain time on Lucas. And we'll see if the Monster Energy car will be able to make that move on Lucas in the next couple of turns.
It's so interesting with the different strategies going. I can see 3 different strategies forming. Those that started on the softs and are still on the softs. Those that started on the mediums and are still on the mediums. And those people like H. Bosworth, but also Flea, Axon Blaze and Gennady, who must have got damaged, some of them, on near the start, or recently, or who came into the pits on the safety car, and went onto the mediums. They're on much fresher tyres than the others, and they're staying out for longer, but the soft runners will be in first. So these top 2 have really got to start getting away from Waitsy, otherwise he's just going to reel them back in.
Yeah, this is not good. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, anything can happen. We're only 9 laps into this race. We still have a long ways to go. A lot of racing to go in today's race. But we'll find out. The top 5 also, all Bentleys and Monster Energy cars, except Lucas. Lucas is the only other driver. But Monster Energy and Bentley having a great race right now. They are in a really good position right now. They got Azur and Waitsy for the Monster Energy cars in P3 and P5, and they got the Bentleys in P1, P4, and P9, and P11. Bentley actually running the best race, to be honest.
I have to say, it's quite disappointing for Ford, though. 2 cars out, Kingdom and Crossfire, only quarters in the top 10. For them, hopefully they can try and get some points with Shugs and Court, but it's not looking very good for them, this race.
No, it's not. It's definitely not. I mean, Court is really the only one in contention for a top 5 in today's race right now, with the others kind of more ahead of them. And Ford Porsche not really having the greatest race either. I mean, they really only have Anthony and Cass in the top 10 right now. Flea close by in P12 and Gennady down in P15. But yeah, it's really the battle between Toyota, Monster Energy, and Bentley, mainly between Monster Energy and Bentley right here, but it's those couple of teams, though, those 3 teams. As actually, we've got Cass.
DRS. Lucas is in the DRS for the lead here. He's going to go for it, potentially 1/10. Oh, Lewis, some overs there after touching the curve. Very close to losing it.
That was super close to Lewis. I mean, like, I was expecting him to spin because he was all over the place on turn 1. He's all over that curb right there. But he kept it going. He's still ahead of Lucas. So
but the bunching it's caused, it bunched up the top 4. They're all within about 1.1 seconds of each other. It's really tight.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, and James is only 1/10 behind Waitsy now. He could be making the move on Waitsy's. Lucas A. Germany got a really good exit out of turn 8. He might try something on Lewis in the next couple of turns here. He gets very close to Lewis. Lewis keeps ahead, though. Lucas can't do anything right now, but he gets a very good exit out of turn 11. He's probably going to try and use that DRS once again and then try and make the move on the DRS straight.
Yeah, I think so. That is if he can get within maybe 5/10, then he'll have it. I think potentially he'll be able to go alongside it. It was about 5.5 last time. It's 4.5 this time, and he's going to have a great run down the back straight here. He's going to have to try and break the toe, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He's flying, Lucas is. Yeah.
Well, here he goes. He's going to try and go for it now. And let's see if he can. Let's see if he can continue to hold it. Lucas gets ahead up into P1, Lewis P2. The question now is, can he hold it off of Lewis?
Yeah, and the others behind, they'll be always chomping at the bit to try and get past on their mediums. They can't afford to get held up on their strategy now because of all the people who've pitted onto fresh mediums. Are going to be staying in contact. Look at H. Bosworth moving his way up to 8th. He's got 5 lap fresher mediums. They really need to get him past at the front, losing 3rd and 4th. He can't be getting held up behind the soft runners who are going to be on quite warm tyres now. They must be starting to get a bit warm. They'll be thinking about coming in soon, I would have thought.
Oh, most likely. I think they will be coming in the next couple of laps here. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. I mean, we are on lap 11. those tires are going to start deteriorating quite a bit. And actually, HPO's Worth tires are only on only on 5 laps old. So they're only 5 laps old, and compared to Anthony and the soft runners, HPO's Worth is in a really good position to get some good points as Lucas in Germany now sets the fastest lap of the race. HPO's Worth going for the move on court. Meanwhile, also we have Waitsy on Lewis. Those two are side by side into turn 1. Waitsy gets ahead into P2 now. James, meanwhile, gets a 3-second time penalty. So both Bentleys now have penalties, which is not good. James possibly going for the switchback maneuver on his teammate. Are Bentley going to swap the 2 drivers, or are they going to keep Lewis ahead?
I mean, they're both fighting up at the front of the championship. James seems to have it under control in the championship, but Lewis might want to try and catch up to his teammate a bit, so I think it's all going to be, they're going to be trying to work together to get past as opposed to swapping the drivers, I would have thought. I saw H. Bosworth also got past Court down the straight as well, so he's now in 7th, and he's really close considering the where he's got on his tyres. He's in a brilliant position.
Yeah, I mean, it's going quite well right now. We'll see.
Oh,
yeah, Flea's around. What happened there?
I think he just lost it with some of the cars at the back. He was running about 12th to the Gennady. I'm not sure if it was on his own or not. I'll have a look, see if he's got any visible damage. Oh, his tyres seem to be really hot. He's struggling to turn to the corners. I expected to maybe a spin then. I can't see if he's got any damage.
Oh, Lewis is out! What happened there? Oh!
He's on the way into the pits. What has happened?
I think he... okay, I'm just guessing here, but did Lewis maybe crash into that green wall right there? Like the...
I think, yeah, potentially. Either that or he lost it at the last corner, or he tried to go into the pits and cut across someone trying to go into the pits because of contact, because...
Oh, and Flea's out too!
Oh, yeah. Safety car, full.
Oh, and Flea's across... I think he was trying to go into the pit lane and maybe hit Lewis and then went across the track?
Perhaps. It's hard to tell. I'll have to see if I can find out what happened. But yeah, safety car.
Well, that may have just effectively given James the championship, because Lewis was his only contender, and Big Weir as well, but Big Weir's not here today. So James might have already won the championship. If he stays P3, I think he's got it.
I think he has got it. Yeah, his lead's quite common, and the next person behind would be Court, who's not in a great position either. So yeah, he's not really under challenge for anyone, is he? Liam's also got himself back in the race here with this. If he doesn't get a lap, which he's not going to, I think he's just going to get out in time to not be lapped. He's got himself back into it with the safety car. So.
Well, Lucas is also going to pit, so that will help out Liam to stay ahead, as I think the entire top 5 will pit.
Will H. Bosworth come in or not? He does, he comes in anyway. I thought he might stay out having done the thing, but I guess he wants to cut his losses, because if he stays out, then he's obviously going to have to make another pit stop when the rest of them don't, so it makes sense, I suppose, that he would be coming in.
Interesting. Well, that's that. I mean... I think, I was expecting him maybe to stay out, but, yeah, I guess he didn't.
Yeah, I think this should be, you have to make another pit stop, whereas some of these will be able to go to the end now on possibly the mediums and the hards, depending on what they go on to. It'll be quite tight, but yeah. He still comes out in 6th, which is a gain from in this race. I didn't start quite that high. I think he was quite close to that though, was where he started. I'll have to check on the positions. He's up 4, yeah. BKS is up 30, Kaz is up 30, and James is up 10, and Waits is up 13. So those 3 in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th have made up a lot of positions.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, from towards the end of the field, they have now got up to the front of the field. So it's been a great start to the race for them, and they'll have to continue that performance throughout the rest of the race as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It should be pretty incredible. Also, because of the safety car coming out, this means that Ford is back in the action now. Court is in P8, Shug's Life P10. They are now both into the top 10, which is great to see. So Ford back in the action, possibly going for some more good results in today's race. And another thing is that Court is on the hards, Shug's Life on the soft. Now Court is most likely going to the end of the race. Oh, so we have a Zuroff.
Oh. Yeah, it just spun on the safety car into the gravel, lose a couple of positions there.
Not good for Azur.
I've just had from Lewis, he used the ERS on the last turn, and then he spun on the wall into the pits, so well done, you got that spot on, he did hit the wall on the way into the pits. Used the ERS and just, yeah, lost it a bit and just spun the whole way across the track into that wall and was out, yeah. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, super unfortunate to see that. It makes sense, I guess. The DRS, if you have DRS on that particular corner, if you got it just a little bit too wrong, then you can spin the car very easily.
Yeah, ERS and DRS, yeah, it's quite powerful, isn't it? And yeah, you can easily lose it on a corner, so...
Oh, totally. It's kind of like, you know, Zamfort's final turn, that banked corner? If you put DRS there, you spin off very easily.
Yeah, it's very unstable. It's a bit similar here. If you had the DRS on the long bank corner, you'd spin. So, yeah, unfortunate.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. It's like Zamfort. It's like also Saudi Arabia's turn 11, I think it is. It might be not turn 11, though. It's that banked corner.
I don't know which turn it is, but yeah, I don't know which turn it is, but yeah, I know which one you mean, the bank corner.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very easy to spin there, doing the same thing, so yeah, you're right.
Any banked corner, yeah, that's how it is in this game, and real life it seems as well. But we don't have a ton of information on what the real life ERS is like. Anyway, moving on, we have 14 drivers in today's race. We have lost Crossfire, Kingsome, Lewis, and Flea, all 4 drivers, very talented drivers, of course. It's unfortunate to see them all out of the race, but that is how it goes. This also brings Liam back into the action as well after that spin, so that'll be good. Monster Energy need to recover after a disappointing kind of middle of the race for them. Waitsy is really the only driver up in the top 10. Azur in P12 and Liam in P14. Not a great start for them. But safety cars coming in this lap. Lucas A. Germany will lead us again as we head into the final few laps of the Portuguese Grand Prix.
Yeah, James, H. Earth, and Taylor now looking at 3rd, 5th, and 6th. Actually, that's some very strong points if they can finish in those positions.
Yeah, it's been a great race, I'd say, for some of these drivers here. Position gain has been great. I'm actually going to bring that up on screen in a moment, if I can find it. Yes, there we go. Waitsy up to P2. He's gained 13 positions. James, 10 positions.
Lucas go. He's leaving it very late.
He is very late, all the way to the line.
And he goes. Oh, and there's a massive crash at the back.
Oh, what happened there? Oh my goodness!
It's a bit like Magello. It's a bit like Magello from 2020. In real life, there was just it was so bunched up. They were all covered the whole field by about 2 seconds, and it was just too much. They couldn't all keep it clean. There was a bit of contact at the back with all the bunching.
Wow. Well, that's affected everything. Brad is left the session. Blades out of the race as we have some great battles going on. Meanwhile, Lucas A. Germany's under pressure from Waitsy. There goes the Monster Energy car on Lucas A. Germany. Lucas keeps ahead. Is he going to keep ahead? Yes, he does. Lucas stays ahead of Waitsy. He's also gotten a 5-second time penalty for speeding under yellow flags. I have no idea what that was all about. But Lucas kind of pulled a Magello 2020. And, yeah, that is caused a major crash at the back of the field.
Yeah, it was all over the place. I could see it was about to happen because they were all so bunched together. And the leaders were right side by side. He left it all the way to the line, and it just made so much potential for a crash that it just was inevitable to happen, I think, with them so close together. They were 4 wide at one part of the track, I think, but someone just couldn't slow down in time.
Yeah, they really couldn't. It was just inevitable, which is unfortunate, of course, but that is how it goes. Meanwhile, Waitsy takes over as race leader of the Portuguese Grand Prix with those fresher soft compound tires. He moves up into first. Liam has now retired from the session. He has been speeding in the pit lane as well, but he has retired from the session, and looks like Blades has left the session as well. But Waitsy takes over as race leader. Lucas A. Germany in P2, James in P3, still in P3, and still has that opportunity to grab the championship here in Formula 4.
Yeah, exactly. He's in with a good shot at getting the championship. I mean, Owen is yours out as well. That's in the pits as well, I think. All those drivers are just going to retire in the pits. Maybe don't want to finish the thing, but yeah, wait, see up at the front, 14 positions gained. James in third, 10. Cass in fourth, 13. Those three have been making massive progress from the back.
Oh yeah, all three of them have been doing a great job. I mean, they're all up into the top 5 from the back of the field. It's been great to see that. Waitsy currently in P1 from like I think P14 or something like that, which is great to see that. Let me quickly check that just to get some confirmation.
He gets the fastest lap as well. I'll do that, wait to get the fastest lap of the race. But he is on the softs, which is an interesting call because I'm not sure they're going to easily make it to the end. If they do, they're going to be horrifically worn down. Certainly. He really needs to get away from Lucas if he's going to be able to do anything here.
Yeah, this is interesting by Waitsy, because he needs to get ahead of Lucas, but at the same time, I think what he's doing is trying to conserve those tires. As we have Cass and Taylor side by side. Cass is going to be down to P5, though he stays in P5. But Waitsy needs to go lawn, and the thing is too is that you need to the softs go for around 17 laps per round here. I've seen the softs go for around 17 laps per round here. So. What Waitsy, well, okay, so currently we have, if I'm not mistaken, we have 15 laps left of the Grand Prix. So,
Yep.
Yeah, so that means that Waitsy will be going around 16 to 17 laps on these softs. So it is possible, but if he pushes way too hard, then he's going to lose this race victory and even get a puncture as well. So for Waitsy, he's got to make sure that he could serve these tires like crazy. And I mean, I know he's setting fastest lap and all that sort of thing, but he's got to make sure that he leaves some tire for the end of the Grand Prix, because if he doesn't, then those tires are going to go pop.
He's got the lap car got in his way, a disconnected one. It completely got in his way and held him up. Cost him maybe 5 or 6 tenths, well, maybe not 4 tenths there. It's cost him quite a lot of time, but I think Lucas was slowed up by it, luckily as well, to keep the gap a bit more constant than what it could have been, but quite unfortunate. And I've just checked, James has also gone medium to start this race. He's going to have to pit as well.
You're right. He does have to pit as well. Yeah, due to the regulations, you have to be able to pit onto a different set of compound tires. So, according to we have Taylor and Cass side by side as well. But yeah, going back to the regulations, you got to make sure that you pit onto a different set of compound tires. As Cass and it looks like Taylor's going to go for the switchback maneuver on Cass into turn 11 through turn 12. Is Taylor going to send it on the Cass down to turn 13? Cass keeps ahead for now, but that battle was thrilling to watch.
It was thrilling, and I think he's trying to get the DRS now down the back straight. With he's not going to get any DRS from in front. Cass isn't, so Taylor's going to try and repass him with the DRS on the straight. It's very powerful, as we talked about earlier. Can he get it? Looks like he's going to have the move done, I think. And one.
He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it.
Oh, but Cass has got a better line out of there. He's going to try and make a move. No, he does not. He does not continue on with that particular line, and he's going to try again to try and make the overtake on Taylor, maybe into turn 5. DRS enabled now as he is gaining time, but he's not gaining enough time, so Taylor is going to keep in P4. So good defense from Taylor. He keeps up in P4. Cass still in P5.
Yeah, he's had him off behind. But I think it's really interesting to note down that the Monster Energy car is the... Oh, someone lost it. Sorry, I just saw a yellow on my screen, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Anthony.
Yeah. Waits is the only Monster Energy in the top 10 is what I was going to say. All of his teammates, they're out. He's the only one still running, so although he's doing well for that team, he's... They're not picking up many points outside of him, or not picking up any points outside of him in this race, so he's really got to fly the flag for the team.
He really does, yeah. Points are valuable coming into the final few races of the season, so it makes sense. So a few things to note as well. While Anthony also spun, HBO Sports did the same at turn 12. He's moved down to P8. Unfortunate to see that. And in some other news, I have just had a comment come in from Kingsome that says that James is champion in Formula 4. I think he has officially been confirmed champion no matter what happens.
Yeah, I don't think he can be stopped because of his lead, so that's really good to know. Thanks for sticking in for that one. Yeah, well done to James on taking the Thursday championship.
Yeah, he has done it. James is champion. He has done an incredible job all season. We'll officially announce it at the end of the stream, but yeah, James, I think if all calculations are correct, James is world champion in Formula 4. So congrats to him on that incredible achievement. He has worked so hard this season. We have seen so much greatness from him, and yeah, he's going to do it today. So really, really congrats to the Bentley driver. But the battle for the lead is still on. Waitsy is pulling away, but he's got to remember that Lucas A. Germany is right behind, and he is on those medium compound tires with just around 10 laps remaining, 11 laps actually currently right now, but once we come across the line at the next lap, it will be 10 laps remaining. Once that happens, Lucas A. Germany will be on faster compound tires, because Waitsy is going to be on around 8 laps, and that's when those soft tires start to degrade, around 8 to 10 laps. Is when Waitsy's tires are going to start to degrade like a ton, and puncture territory is going to be around lap 16. Or sorry, 16 laps on the soft compound tires. So, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. We will see what happens. But Waitsy, Lucas A. Germany, that is the battle for first and second right now. James has to pit. No matter what happens, he has to pit because he will be disqualified otherwise. Taylor, P4 right now. Bentley running well. Cass, P5, looking for a podium, actually, in today's race. And Shug's Life, P6, also looking for a podium. So, anything can really happen.
Yeah, I'm still at the front. Waitsy's on the critical thing, and he's got out of the DRS, so Lucas can't have it behind. Now he's got to stick at a constant pace for as long as he can, and hope them softs don't degrade too much if he drives cautiously on them. Lucas will start to reel him back in, but if he can pull a gap without pushing the tyres too much, then it might be much harder for Lucas to reel him back in without the DRS.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think this is going to get really intense towards the end of it. I think strategy is going to really come into play. Lucas is losing a little bit of time here, though. He is still 1.4 seconds behind, 1.5 seconds now. The gap starting to increase between these two drivers. But, and also, Lucas has got that penalty as well. He's got that 5-second time penalty. But do you think that will get removed, or what do you think about that?
It's really hard to tell. It was for ignoring yellow flag. But I believe he got that on the restart, did he not? Now, he was up at the front, and the crash was at the back. I think the yellow flags were from the big Magello-style crash were causing that at the back. I can't say for certain, but I have a feeling the stewards will certainly look at getting that removed, because obviously he was battling for the lead, and obviously only he clearly got a yellow flag warning, whereas nobody else did, so perhaps that was it, unless it was something on the safety car, but usually you'd get speed in the safety car for that, not yellow flag. So I'm not really sure. Yeah, I think it might get removed. I'll have to see.
Yeah, we will see. Lucas does have that 5-second penalty for now, so that will stand unless he does come into the pit lane, which is highly unlikely. But yeah, the stewards will definitely look into that towards the end of the race. We'll find out some more information on all that sort of thing. But besides all this sort of thing, and also James becoming champion of LFR's Formula 4 championship, there's not too many overtakes going on. I think we're just waiting for that strategy to kind of come into play. We're just waiting for all that sort of thing as we head into the final few moments of the race here today. I quickly want to talk about the next couple of races. So just remind me real quickly, Isaac, what is the next race for LFR's Formula 4 Championship?
So for the Formula 4 Championship, next week we have got USA. And then the week after it's going to be the final race of the season at Brazil, and that's the reverse format for Brazil, obviously USA, because it's alternate week format. So USA will be the normal format, and then Brazil will be the reverse format on the 31st of March.
Wow, well, this will be very exciting. I'm a little frustrated because I'm not going to be here next week for my home Grand Prix, because the USA is my home Grand Prix, and I won't.
Oh, Waitsy pits.
Oh, Waitsy does. Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
Sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead, go ahead. I was just going on about. I have actually no idea why I was going on, or what I was going on about. But anyway, Waitsy does come into the pit lane. That is incredibly surprising.
It is. I thought he tried to hold on. He's going to have fresh softs on, and they are going to be much faster than 10-lap all mediums. But to catch up that gap in, what, 9 laps, 8 laps, it's going to be very tough. I'm not sure he can do it. They'd have to have. Lucas does have the penalty if that doesn't get removed, perhaps, but he's going to have to really put on a charge now.
This is where we're going to see Waitsy. He has come into this race. It is his debut race. Now, Waitsy, show us what you got. Show us what you got on these soft compound tires. Go for it. Absolutely go for it and show us what you have to offer in today's race. He's got some pace. He's definitely got some pace. I mean, if this is his first race of the season, the first race in LFR, and he's automatically proved himself of being in contention for the championship next season. If he sticks around, I hope he does, because he's definitely going to be up there. As he's definitely like a driver that is around like Lucas A. Germany's pace, Crossfire Strike's pace, somewhere around there. James's pace, you know. So he's definitely got the chance of being up there fighting for the championship next season. I think if he started out this race, he would have definitely been in contention. As James now comes into the pit lane, he's going to pit onto most likely the softs or the hards. Most likely the softs.
It's probably the softs, yeah. He has got a fresh start, obviously, because he's ended up medium, and it is the softs that he comes in for.
Alrighty, so this is the battle for the fastest lap now. To see who's going to get it, because it's either going to be James, Shug's Life, or Waitsy. So, or Janaudi as well. Really. Yeah.
No, we tried Waitsy only a couple of days ago, his first race. And already, I think you can see what we knew when we tried him that he was a special talent from the thing we've got. He was really, really fast. And he's proven it today.
Oh, he definitely has. Yeah, he's been very quick in today's race, in the sprint race as well. I'm just glad you guys got him in here. I think it is great to see some more drivers coming into the league. We get to talk about some new faces in the Grand Prix. But Waitsy going to try and go for it on HBS Worth? Is he looking for the move to the outside? Maybe a switchback maneuver. He's going to try and go for it. Switchback maneuver for Waitsy. HBS Worth keeps ahead, though. The Monster Energy is going to try and send it down the inside. And what a move from Waitsy. He moves himself up into P5 and into the top 5. Good move from the Monster Energy, but now he's got to defend.
That is what he can do. He set out that move absolutely perfectly. Every single corner he was ready to switch back on HBS Worth and just get the perfect line into the next corner. It was very well planned out, and he's at the fastest lap of the race.
This guy's flying. He's absolutely going for this. Yeah, I gotta agree with you. That overtake that he did was absolutely perfection. He knew exactly what to do. He knew exactly where to turn. He knew exactly where the other driver was going to turn, which is a skill that not a lot of drivers had. It is a very difficult skill to master of where that other driver is going to end up, because you kind of have to plot exactly like, okay, this driver is going to be going wide here, so I can slip down the inside, try and go for the switchback maneuver here. You got to plan all ahead, which is something that is very difficult to do. And Waitsy definitely got that under control, I think. He's definitely got that. So Waitsy going for this right now. And he's only 3.3 seconds behind Court. So he's definitely going for the podium here. The question is, will he have the pace and will he have the opportunity to do it?
Yeah, obviously you got a lot of fast drivers in esports and real life, but the key thing is you can be fast, but you've also got to be mentally smart about it as well, and you can see Waitsy's got that. He set that move, like I said, absolutely perfectly. He knew what H. Bosworth was going to do, and yes, he had fresh tyres, but he didn't really give H. Bosworth much chance. He was able to go for an opportunistic move, and another fastest lap of the race. He's absolutely on fire. Took about 1.4 seconds out of Lucas that lap. Oh, and James, that's fastest lap as well.
Oh, James going faster. The battle for the fastest lap continues on. What about Shug's Life and Janaudi as well? Will they be able to go faster? Shug's Life to the line, and he does not go fastest, but James continues that fastest lap of the race. The question is will Waitsy take it back?
I think he's certainly going to try. He's closing down Court, so we have to see what happens.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely going to be going for this. It's going to be fun to see what he can do here. But he is now 1.5 seconds behind Court. This is going down to the wire now to find out what happens. If Waitsy will be on the podium here today. Also, we're gonna try and get James in here for an interview. When he finishes the race, we'll do a quick interview with the champion. Get a few questions answered from him, so that'll be great. So we'll see if we can get him in here. But Waitsy now 0.8 of a second behind Court. He is flying and he's gaining so fast.
He is. He's looking for it in the next lap, I would have thought, saying that maybe for the next lap, or maybe one of his opportunistic moves, because he's really coming towards him now, and he's on much better tyres as well. It's just interesting to see whether he can close down the gap for the podium. It's going to be quite tough, I would have thought, but he's certainly going to keep trying, and he's got a much better exit than Court there.
He did, but he cannot make that overtake on Court quite yet. He's gonna have to go for it in the turns or on that DRS straight. And I think he wants to get this move done as soon as possible because he wants to catch up to Cass and try and overtake him.
Yeah, he just can't afford to make anything too risky. He can't be affording a crash at this stage. It's certainly put him out of contention. But oh, he looks for it. And Court leaves the space. And very clean racing.
Very clean, yeah. That was beautiful racing between the two drivers. They kept it clean, they kept it going, and they kept it very smart there. That was very great to see. And Waitsy should get ahead. So let's see if Waitsy's gonna try and make that move on Court into the DRS. And he's got the speed, so I think he should be able to make that overtake in the next few seconds. Here he goes. He's gonna pull alongside him, and he's gonna get that one.
He's clearly in front into the corner. He's got it. Now it's just about how much time he can close down. There's only 4 laps to go.
4 laps to go. Can he gain 7 seconds in 4 laps and make that overtake? It's like Senna said. It's one thing to gain time, but also to overtake is something completely different. I think it was Senna who said that. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
To my knowledge, yes. I think you're absolutely right. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'll go with you on that one.
I don't think it was exactly what I said, but it was something like that.
You were close.
Yeah, it was close. It worked out. But anyway, yeah, whoever said it, if it was Senna, if it was someone else, it is something to catch another driver, to gain time. But to overtake someone is something completely different. It is very difficult to overtake because when you're gaining time, you're gaining time. But when you're overtaking, you have to manage where the other driver is going to be. You have to manage your closing speed. You got to manage where you're going to be, going, how much time you'll have to make that overtake. A lot of it is math, to be honest, and it's kind of cool to see that. But Waitsy's now got the gap down to 6.2 seconds. He's got to gain, I'd say, around 2 seconds per lap if he's going to make an overtake on Cass, and I don't know if that's possible. I don't think it is.
I know, unless Cass gets a penalty, then it could be possible, but he's going to have to, yeah, I don't know how close he is to getting a penalty. I can check the warnings for that and see if he's close or not, if he's 1 warning off, but he is 1 warning off a penalty, so Cass can't afford to make any mistakes, otherwise he'll get a penalty, and that could easily hand it to Waitsy if Waitsy can keep up the speed, so, yeah.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, Waitsy's definitely got the pace, but does he have the time? That is the question. 5.5 seconds now, the gap between 3rd and 4th. He is gaining, I'd say, around a second per lap on Cass, but he needs to gain 2 seconds per lap, which is something that is very difficult to do so. So, I don't know, unless Cass does make a little mistake, it's that extra warning, which gives him the penalty. I don't think Waitsy's going to be able to do it, but don't stop. Anything can happen. Just keep going.
Exactly. That's exactly what they need to be doing right now. He brought it down by slightly more than a second on that lap, but it's not going to be enough without a penalty or a mistake to close that gap, so yeah. He's just got to do it. And there's actually a yellow flag in Sector 1.
Taylor!
And Taylor's spun it. Oh, wow. From 2nd.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's just giving Waitsy the podium now. But that is incredibly unfortunate for Taylor. He's going to be a little frustrated with that one. He's going to be slipping down to P6 in this race. That is incredibly unfortunate.
Yeah, it's not what they would have wanted, certainly. It's him and his team are running quite well. They've got 3 cars in the top 10 still, but he's lost a lot of time, a lot of positions, and he's got himself a penalty now as well. Really not what he wanted.
No, definitely. It's been a difficult end for the Bentley driver, but we'll continue on for the next one. I'll come back stronger in USA next time out. So we'll see how that all works out. So not really a need for Wadesy to keep continuing on and pushing. I think he's going to relax and say, like, okay, I'm P3. I think that's good enough. Cass is most likely going to grab P2, and we're going to ride on board with Lucas, a Germany in that Toyota, who has done an absolutely amazing job. It didn't quite go well in the sprint race for him as he crashed out, but he's going to win the 50% race and get the max amount of points in today's Grand Prix. So that'll be good as he comes on to lap 33 out of lap 33.
The final one, he's just got to not make a mistake and I'll have it. Yeah, you just got to hope that he's going to be happy. He's got to keep it clean. He's got a very big margin behind. Even with that 5-second penalty, he should be good. And James has got past Court.
He has, yeah. He got past Court there. So that was good by James. He moves himself up into 4th. So that'll be really good for the Bentley driver.
Yeah, just looking at the penalties, Lucas has got 5, James has got 3, Court has got 5, Taylor's got 17. Oh dear, that's quite a lot. I'm wondering if we get any of them removed. But H. Bosworth's got 6, Anthony's got 12, and Ginaldi's got 6. Everyone else has got nothing.
Well, yeah, penalties probably going to affect the racing. Yeah, Taylor could get that penalty removed. We'll see how it all works out. Ginaldi now just gets a 3-second time penalty. But here comes Lucas A. Germany to the line, round the final corner. The sprint race didn't go well for Lucas, but it's going to go well here today in the 50% race. Lucas A. Germany wins round 10 and wins here in Portugal for Toyota. A great result for Lucas as he wins the race, comes home with a consistent drive by the Toyota driver. Cass round the final corner will take P2, another podium for him. Congrats on a very well-deserved second position. And also, Waitsy on the podium as well. A great first race on his debut. He grabs P3. He's going to be incredibly happy with that one. And James comes to the line to finish 4th position. And with that, James is champion in Formula 4. He is the champion of the world, and he wins it here for Season 1 of the LFR Formula 4 Championship. Congrats to James, the first champion of this championship.
Congratulations to James. He's going to be really happy with that. Yeah, it's exactly what he's been working towards all season. And yeah, he's going to be ecstatic with it, I can tell you right now. We'll see if we can get him in for an interview.
Yeah, let's see if we can. Would you mind inviting him? Because I don't think I have him on my my friends list. You probably do, though, right?
I do have him on my friends list, and I'm going to get him in right now. He's just said he'll be happy to do an interview, so let's see if we can get him.
Awesome, awesome. That'd be great. But here's the podium. Lucas A. Germany on top, followed by Cass in the Porsche in P2 with Waitsy in that Monster Energy. His debut in LFR, he takes P3. Congrats to the top 3, and congrats to the rest of the drivers that participated in today's race. It was absolutely incredible. So while we're waiting for James, or I guess I was going to say who do you think is driver of the day? I guess I'll get that question from you as well. But what did you think of that race? Just talk us through that, and also give us your driver of the day as we have James joining.
Yeah, it was a brilliant race, and the sprint was really exciting as well, I've got to say. 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and even 5th and 6th made up a lot of positions in that race, particularly the 2nd to 5th. So it could really be any one of them. James has obviously won the championship, but I was really impressed with what Waitsy's done today. Cass has made up more positions, but Waitsy had that incredible drive to try and make up so much time on them softs. I think he got caught out with an unorthodox strategy, being on them mediums, because he started on the mediums and then went onto the soft touch pit again for a 2-stop, but he certainly tried his best to make it work.
Yeah, he definitely did. It was a great race from him. Definitely deserves what he achieved today. Yeah, it is what it is. That is the race here in Portugal. We have also the top 5, which are all different drivers as well, which is great to see that. In the first qualifying, we had 5 different drivers, 5 different teams. in the qualifying, same in the sprint race, and same in the 50% race as well. So great to see that. So we have James joining in for an interview, the champion of LFR's Formula 4 Championship. Before we get everything underway, James, would you mind checking and seeing if you have, I think there's a setting in the party settings?
Indeed I do.
Perfect. All right. So you already know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Awesome. Very good. Okay. Yeah, it's good to get that out of the way. So, James, let's get this interview underway with starting off with talking about you becoming champion. How do you feel about champion of LFR?
I just don't believe it. Yeah, I didn't think I would be this quick in this league, or this Thursday, but I'm just, yeah.
Sounds like you're speechless. I
am.
Well, I mean, I understand why. I mean, you had an incredible season. I'm sure when you started this, you were thinking, let's just go for it. Let's just try and get a good results. And were you expecting to be champion? I think you mentioned that. But as the season progressed, what were you thinking about the championship? When did you start thinking about that championship?
I've honestly just a few races ago. It was probably like 3 races ago when I realized, okay, I can actually win this. Because I didn't think I would have won Baku, and then did I win another one?
You won Baku. I know you won Baku.
And Monaco.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you did win Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco. I didn't think I would win either of them, so.
Well, congrats on those wins, and congrats on the championship. What an incredible achievement that you've achieved. You know, you are the first champion in Formula 4, so congrats on that. I'm going to hand the questions all over to Isaac to ask you, and then I think we'll end off the stream.
Yeah, firstly, it's been all about your consistent season, hasn't it? It's been about all your consistent season. You've managed to get a lot of top finishes, to be honest, to take the championship with 2 races left. How do you feel? What was your favourite race maybe in the season would be a good one?
I kind of want to say almost this one, because knowing I could be champion in this race, and then some of the overtaking I did was amazing.
Yeah, the race was really amazing, and I saw some brilliant moves from you and loads of the drivers. I have to say, you did a very good performance today, so well done, and you've been very consistent throughout the whole season.
I think I've been my most consistent I've ever been.
And that's what's taking you to the championship, because look how far in front your margin is over the others.
Yeah.
Are you looking to get the championship back next season?
Oh, I'm definitely going to try.
You think you're going to do it?
Got to keep my title.
But are you going to do it? That's the thing. Confidence?
I have confidence in myself now.
That's good. You should do. When you keep up the consistent results again, stay out of trouble, you can certainly fight for it.
Well, yeah, what an incredible achievement, James. Once again, congrats on the championship. Sounds like you're very happy to grab it, so congrats again.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
No problem. All right, well, I think we're going to end off the stream here. I don't think there's much else to say, as on the screen right now you can see my custom Lotus. That's not very good, but yeah, why not? Anyway, I think we're gonna end off things. So I just want to quickly say thank you, Isaac, for joining me in the commentary booth. I cannot wait to be commentating with you. It truly was a pleasure to commentate with you. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me as your co-commentator. It's been really exciting. I've really enjoyed first race I've commentated on Thursdays. It's been a good lot of fun. I'm
so glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I had the same feelings. I think we had a a lot of fun in today's race. And viewers, I hope you enjoyed it as well. This was the Portuguese Grand Prix. Winner is Lucas A. Germany from the Portuguese Grand Prix, and also James is crowned champion. Congrats to them both on their achievements from today's race. So we're going to end things off. This was round 10. Join us next week for round 11 at the United States Grand Prix in Austin, Texas, as we head into the final few races of the season. And yeah, join us next week, same exact time. And yeah, I've been Formula Jonah, that's Isaac, and we're signing off from today's race here in Limitless Formula Racing League. Goodbye.
Goodbye.